Welcome to What If Deku Was Reborn as the Scorpius Rex, Part 3.2. I'm sorry, in the last one, I thought I heard someone break into the house. Turns out it was my Mom Gia. And by Mom Gia, I mean grandmother. Yes, I'm from Wales. And, okay. We start off at when Izuku landed on his head. He's in his mindscape. Everything's dark and black. And he's thinking to himself, wait, where am I? As he hears a voice say, Scorpion. Izuku hears this saying, huh? Who's there? If you're wondering, I'm the successor. Sorry. Forget all that part. I'm the successor to All Might. Come out. As the voice says, Scorpio. As it's getting closer and closer. Scorpio. Get away from me. Who are you? Scorpio Rex. As Izuku turns around to see a black version of what he looks like. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, he's wearing basically his hero costume, but pasted onto the Scorpius Rex's body. Yeah. The Generation 3, though. As Izuku collides with this other Scorpius Rex, it kind of merges with him. As he wakes up, but he's in the mood to hunt. As this other Izuku, I like to call it, goes off to find Bakugo. We cut to Bakugo cornering Uraka, sorry. Yeah, Uraka. While saying, any, last words. As Uraka knows that he's just going by the game, kind of role-playing and all. So, they just kind of, Uraka says, yeah, I got to admit, you are pretty good acting. As Bakugo says, sorry. Wait, really? Thanks. I went to 5 classes of drama. Yeah, and as they hear a howl or a call, Bakugo turns around to see Izuku coming around the corner. As Bakugo says, you're finally awake. Come get some. As this version of other Izuku basically growls at Bakugo. As Bakugo says, nerd. As Izuku lunges at Bakugo at top speed, Bakugo getting pushed off his feet and Izuku scratching Bakugo repeatedly, causing massive wounds. As Ochaka tells Izuku to stop, and when she does this, she hugs Izuku on the legs. Izuku falling to the ground, and then 5 minutes later, he wakes up. Bakugo's in a capture net, and Ochaka is wondering, why did you do that? What's going on? As Izuku says, what a crazy dream I had. I had a dream where there was another version of me and it basically fused with me. As Bakugo says, wait, did it have red eyes? Izuku says, oh no. And, Izuku says, forget that. Come on, let's get the bomb. As Bakugo says, you go on. I don't care. As they get to Ida's acting all like a villain, yada yada yada, and Ochaka laughs. catching Ida off guard. But this gave Izuku the chance to go full-on Spider-Man and crawl on the walls and touch the bomb. All Might saying, "The heroes have won!" As Ida looks above to see Izuku hanging on the wall with his... hanging on the wall with a combination of his tail and claws. As Izuku says, "Got ya!" As Ida says, "Well, this wasn't a part of my plan." As the whole exam ends and everybody's wondering who to pick the class representative is, everybody goes for Izuku since he's a dinosaur, for Pete's sake. Oh, by the way, everything goes the same way as in canon. Everybody's fights the same way, and yeah, basically nothing has changed with the others. But everybody goes for the class representative to be Izuku. Izuku is still shy as ever, and he kind of basically gives off his first deciding, you know what, maybe Ida should be the class representative, yeah. As Ida says, "Wait, what?" As Ida also says, "Come on, you can do it." And by the way, Ida's more confident in himself in this. As, yeah, everyone's cheering on Izuku to be the class representative, and he says, "Okay, fine." And, yeah, at that moment, class basically ends. Everybody goes home the same way, and Izuku greets his mother while saying, "Hi, Mom." "Hi, All Might." As Inko says, "Izuku, honey, are you okay? You look a bit hurt." As All Might comes in through the room while saying to Izuku, "Young Midoriya, can I have a talk with you, please?" As Izuku says, "Yeah, what's wrong?" As they get to Izuku's room, while All Might says, "Young Midoriya, I saw what happened during the Heroes vs. Villains training course. Were you conscious at the time?" Izuku says, "No, not really. When I landed on my head, I recall being in a dark place and I heard a voice say, 'Scorpius,' and then 'Scorpius' again, and then finally 'Scorpius Rex' really loud, and then I saw another one, like I saw a Scorpius Rex or something lunging at me, and it basically merged with me." What does that mean? All Might is wondering. As Izuku says, "Oh, I wasn't conscious at the time." Yeah. As All Might says, "Oh, that's all I needed to know. Anyway, make sure don't scratch anyone. Bakugo's in the hospital because of that." Oh. And, yeah. Izuku goes to bed asleep. And in this what if, Izuku's bed is basically like a giant cat bed. Like, he sleeps on it, he lays on it, and, like, he has his own little All Might blanket, which is extra big. His bed looks like a cat bed, basically, yeah. But with an All Might blanket on it. Izuku ends up in the same spot again. The dark spot, as he calls it. Saying, "The dark spot? Okay, who are you? Come out!" As this Scorpius Rex saying, "Well, well, well. So that old human doctor decided to bring me back as you? Ha, pathetic." As Izuku turns around to see the Scorpius Rex, the original. As Izuku says, "Hey, what? Why did you possess you? Yeah, that was my last time. And that's for the world to know that I'm still here. Anyway, this is my time to leave. Goodbye, pathetic gecko." As the other Scorpius Rex fades away, Izuku waking up with a jolt. Like, and it's the next morning. Izuku says to himself, "Oh, it was just a dream. Just a dream. Just a dream." As Izuku comes out of his room, he has kind of some form of bags under the eyes. Inko says to Izuku, "Izuku, breakfast." Seeing Izuku, like, with bags under his eyes, wondering, did he get sleep? As Izuku kind of feels some form of sickness got to him. As he's not eating, but mostly drinking. As All Might knows what's going on. Yeah. As they spot Izuku going to the bathroom, they check to see if he's okay, and yet he's bleh. So he takes a day off of school. He's mostly in his bed, taking medicine, but they're not sure to which medicine, because he started out as a human, and then he got turned into an animal somehow. But 2 days later, he's feeling okay. As he goes to his school in his UA uniform, saying bye to his mother. "Bye, Mom." As Izuku is wondering, I hope I beat All Might in this race again. As Izuku basically gallops on his 2 legs, running to UA. As he makes it to class 1A, and yeah, he finally shouts out, "Finally, I'm earlier than All Might." As everyone's in the class saying, "What?" As Izuku says, "Oh, sorry, whoopsie." You know how he's always basically here. As he finds Aizawa sleeping on the floor, saying, "Oh, he goes to his seat, patiently waiting for Mr. Aizawa to wake up. As he wakes up, yeah, they're getting ready to go to the USJ. Izuku is basically wearing his version of PE uniforms with, yeah, that's just it. As they're on the way to the USJ, Izuku has to be carried in some form of a trailer because he's basically too big for the bus. So yeah, he's being carried in a trailer, but there's a microphone there so he can talk to the others. He basically says to the microphone, "So guys, I have a question." As everyone says, "Izuku, there you are. Where are you?" Izuku says, "I'm in the trailer behind." As everyone looks back to see a trailer, like being carried by the bus. Everyone's saying, "Oh, I see now." As they say, "So, what do we do now?" There's a moment of silence until Tsuyu says, or Asui, "Why not we talk about our quirks?" As everybody agrees to that. As Kirishima says, "My quirk is hardening, so I can basically become impenetrable if I needed to." As everyone goes around by their quirks, Asui asking Izuku, "You do know your quirk is similar to All Might's, having super speed and strength." As Izuku freezes at this, wondering, oh no. As Izuku says, about that, it's from my dad, yeah. My grandpa had a mutation quirk that made me look like this. Yeah. As they make it to the USJ, Izuku turning off the microphone while sighing. Phew! That was close. As they make it to the USJ, the trailer doors open while Izuku's coming out. He enters into the USJ before everyone else because he's super fast. And 13 meets Izuku. Well, sees Izuku, sorry. And yeah, she's basically a bit nervous about Izuku. Because, yeah, big lizard. Anyway, as the rest of the class comes in, 13 gives off a sigh of relief. Phew, so you're a student, eh? As Izuku says, yeah, I'm excited to be a hero today, just like All Might, with a smile on my face. As 13 asks Izuku, oh really? Give us your best smile. As Izuku tries to smile, but it's so creepy. Like, never mind. Just do what you do. As Izuku just gives off a frowny face, like, aw, that was my best smile yet. As she explains how quirks can save someone, but also kill. Like her quirk being black hole. And Oraka basically being the fangirl of, 13, basically says, by the way, you're my favorite hero! Yay! As Kirishima looks to the field while saying, cool, they even have fake villains. As 13 says, fake villains? Looking down to see a portal near the fountain while villains popping out. As, sorry. As Izuku, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. As Izuku, notices something smells off about them. And his eyes starting to burn, like, my eyes, ow. As everyone looks at Izuku, his eyes continually to burn, until he opens them, they look okay. Izuku, from his point of view, yeah, his vision has gone, like, thermal. So he can't see anyone's details. He can only see their thermal outlet. As Izuku's saying, guys, have I just gained thermal vision? As Izuku tries to blink, and everyone's back to their normal selves. Like, huh? Cool, I can switch. Wait a minute, villains? As Izuku looks over to see, like, villains, like, basically almost everywhere. As he turns around to see Kurogiri being attacked by Bakugo and Kirishima, but then they get sent to their same locations as in canon. Izuku getting the boat, and the others getting the same thing. As Izuku's basically trying to swim, but yeah, he can't swim. He's basically panicking, like, help, I can't swim. As the shark villains say, well, you're gonna be a tasty meal. Sorry, kid, but you gotta die. As Izuku turns around and tail whacks the shark villain, and causing some quills to get stuck in him, mostly the face. As he basically retreats back to the depths, he gets to the boat and climbs on to find Asui on the same side of the boat. They look at each other awkwardly, like saying, this is awkward. Yeah. As they get to the boat and discuss their quirks, are basically what they are. As Izuku tries to get to the mainland, basically, but he can't reach without getting scared if he might fall. As Izuku decides to grab Asui and use his fingers as projectiles at the villains, successfully knocking them out. But he notices when he's put Asui onto the ground, he notices a bloated body of a villain. He checks to see who is this villain, and it turns out to be the shark villain. And he's basically turning green. Izuku quickly kicks the body back into the water, thinking to himself, sorry. No, quills can't kill. Quills can't kill. As Asui says, "Hey, Izuku, you okay?" As Izuku says, sorry, just got a bit scared. Not a big fan of water. Asui says, "I can see why. You are not a good swimmer." As they get passed by some villains until they end up encountering the Nomu. Izuku, yeah, he's basically getting pummeled by the Nomu. They're basically at the same height. As Izuku is about to get punched by the Nomu again, Aizawa uses his scarf to grab the arm that was going to punch Izuku and the other arm just in case. And he flips the Nomu onto its back. As Ida comes to Izuku saying, "Midoriya, are you okay?" And Izuku says, "Please, come here, Izuku." But Ida, while you can, get All Might. He basically runs to the doors and pushes the doors apart, basically. He's so fast, he's able to run through them, basically. And Izuku's basically coughing out a bunch of blood. And Izuku gets onto his feet. As the Nomu's about to basically crush Aizawa's head, Izuku bites the Nomu at the shoulder, basically almost breaking the bone. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. And the Nomu notices Izuku and quickly backlashes with a punch. As he hears a voice saying, "Hey you want to fight? Bring it on." As he turns around to see a kid with, hands all over his body. Well, not a kid. He sees a person with hands all over his body. As Izuku's basically backing up in fear, wondering what's going on. And then he has an idea. He grabs one of the villains that were going to attack him from the behind and forcefully lets the villain with a bunch of hands touch him, causing the villain to decay. As Shigaraki, as this villain says, "Nah, anyway, as you saw to my friend, you're gonna end up the same way." As Izuku's basically backing up with a limp. And then he basically tries to turn around and run, but he ends up tail whacking Shigaraki in the side. Yeah. Shigaraki is basically getting up from the injury, as Izuku's basically clawing him and throwing him to the Nomu to see what will happen. The Nomu stops attacking. And, As the Nomu is about to basically destroy Izuku, All Might, breaks into the USJ while saying, "Have no fear, for I am here!" As All Might basically jumps from the top of the stairs, defeating some villains on the way, and then let the battle begin. All Might, and the Nomu are punching rapidly. Hiya, And, the Nomu's basically got the upper hand against All Might until Shigaraki starts feeling funny, saying, "Ugh, what the, Nomu!" As the Nomu stops attacking All Might as All Might finds this chance to attack the Nomu. Yeah, he basically does this same thing and as he defeats the Nomu in the end. He basically punches it to space. As Shigaraki says, "No!" No! As Izuku, not as Izuku, as everyone turns to Shigaraki, he notices some quills stuck in the side, saying, "What the did you do to me?" As everyone turns to Izuku and he shrugs like, "I don't know, I just tail whacked him by accident." As everyone sees a ghostly image of a Scorpius Rex. "So, you're trying to fight the third Scorpius Rex." As Shigaraki turns around to see a ghostly version of it, all black with red eyes. You do know that the Scorpius Rex has something similar to the scorpion fish. Poisonous quills that'll kill their prey almost instantly. Right now, you don't have the antidote. As Shigaraki's basically coughing like... As Korogiri realizes this, he says, "Master!" As he teleports himself to Shigaraki, as the ghostly image keeps following them. "So, if you don't have the antidote, your skin will turn green. You'll stop breathing for a second, and then let the fun begin." As Shigaraki falls to the ground unconscious, as he's constantly coughing like as his skin turns green, as everyone's in shock, like, "I did that?" And then the Scorpius Rex ghosting. Everyone's able to see it, by the way, saying, "No, I did it. That venom in your quills belongs to rightfully me. Now that I'm here, you're gonna see a lot of me lately." The ghost teleports away somehow, as they see basically almost a dead body of Shigaraki. Heroes being heroes decide to save him. Well, not really. As Izuku says, "Are you okay?" As everyone just says, "Izuku, he's a villain." Yeah, as Izuku says, "Yeah, but he is still a person." As Shigaraki, noticing his fingers slowly decaying off somehow, losing his fifth finger, grabs onto Izuku's legs while saying, "If you want to do something, just do it. Just do it. Pull me out of my misery." As Izuku says, "No, thank you." As Shigaraki basically, somehow he has a pocket knife and cuts Izuku's leg. Well, Izuku's saying, "Ow! Why, you little?" As Izuku basically bites Rocky's leg and basically boomerangs him to the same place where the Nomu went. Yeah, luckily Korogiri was able to teleport him to the LOV again. We cut to Izuku basically falling to the ground, basically out of breath and exhaustion. Yeah. Everybody gets Izuku, and All Might's just worried if he's not okay. As the doctor says, All Might, is this your... As All Might says, no, he's one of my students, but I'm worried. The doctor says, "Don't worry, we're gonna make him good as new." A few hours pass by, and the class gets the news that Izuku has woken up. But the strange thing, they have to go to a vet. Yeah. Yeah, so everybody's just seeing Izuku wake up. Like, oh, hey guys, what's going on? As everyone's just glad Izuku's okay. As All Might wonders, young Midoriya, I have a question for you. Izuku says, yeah? What can your quills do? Izuku freezes at this, wondering, I've been wondering the same thing. Ida says, yeah, he pranked me as if the squirrel was poisoned by one of his quills. As Izuku says, yeah, but I did not know if they can actually do that. And, yeah. We cut off to Izuku in some form, like, he's basically limping at this case. He doesn't know how to hold a crutch now, so, yeah, he's limping. He gets to his house because of his injuries. All Might's helping him there, in his skinny form. As Inko opens the door to see an injured Izuku and All Might in his skeletal form, saying, run in with a villain during class. As Inko rushes Izuku to his bed, and yeah, Izuku falls asleep. And that's where I have to leave it off. Sorry, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more. Hit the bell notification to be notified for some more videos. Anyways, bye-bye.